Counter last session, the Call of the Netherdeep. You fellas got yourselves finally on to the great city of Ankaral, the Jewel of Hope, the Golden City up on towards the Marquee. Finally, after crossing over the great area over on to the city of Ankaral, you arrive onto a skyship and then meet up the location of the Allegiance, Prolix faction, down in the Sigil district. And after being leave on to do whatever you desire among onto the town, now it's up to you guys. What is that you seek to do on the city? What is that your heart compels on as most urgent? What do you guys want to do among onto the golden sands of this place? My question now is, as you're traversing on through the roads of the Sigil district, you guys see those Arabian-ish like styled buildings crossing over on those white marble-ish places. You see there's a lot of flora in between this area. Do you guys notice that apparently this place seems to be like a rich neighborhood of sorts? The place is clean. It's looks to have some of the most beautiful buildings along onto the place. And as you guys hovered over with the skyship, you notice there was a few community sites, low neighborhoods, favelas if you prefer, coming over across the Golden City. Places that were not so subtle, more into the close end line on the south of the area, specifically closer into the circled walk on the south of the region. Vesh, spare my memory, would want to walk around to find those places for, you know, getting hands-on on information and making contact. So there could be one possible place to find, you know, where Scuns and Low Life lies. There's trouble, so could be a place to start. And yeah, you guys can feel free to wander around the town and let me know what you will be doing today. Alright, anyone?
Nero. Oh, go ahead, Vesh. Go ahead.
Go ahead. That's just
Okay.
following you guys for now.
All right. Nero was gonna kind of like slow down a little bit and walk next to Eliana.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe put like 10 feet between like the group and us.
Sure.
And I was thinking earlier today, out of character, that I had never brought up the gun we found to her, so I'm gonna have that conversation now. And I'll just say, I thought that no one outside of Whitestone was meant to have these weapons, and now we're halfway around the world, and we run into some random assassin on the back of a vulture that has a weapon that looks just like mine. Have things really changed that much since I've been gone?
Pistols and single-shot flintlocks like that is common among pirates. But gunslingers are not a common thing. At least the only other place I know in Wildmount that would have people with such skills would be down Roshana. There are Dwell that specialize in assassinations, and they do have adaptation to that trade, even if maybe their ability can differ for what we normally doing for trade. Guns are not necessarily thing that is so secluded anymore. It began with the Derolos but its secrets are not secrets anymore. Still not something for open-wide trade, but you can find things around each continent with its own story.
How could the Dorolos let this happen?
It's not their
We
choice.
were trained all growing up in the rifle corps that these weapons are meant for us and only us, and to be kept out of the hands of people who would use them improperly.
It's like I said, it's mostly not their choice. I truly believe that the people that have hands on these things are not necessarily people associated with the Aurora's Watch or the White Queen. So, what you most likely fought over were worshippers of the Spider Mother. Drows have their ways, the Black Network has their ways to touch whatever they desire across the world. I had made deals with Drows before, I know how they operate. Whatever you desire that is not stuff of legends, normally you can find on the Underdark for the right place, for the right coin.
Well, I think I'm going to continue to uphold the values that we were taught, and anyone I run into that isn't a member of the Corps and is using a weapon like that against me, I'll be taking it and destroying it, because these weapons are not to be messed with, and they're powerful. So I think I'll be sticking to tradition.
You remember that. Just remember that that's one of the reasons Percy almost died back on his days before he became what he is today. So consider that. Being uptight and being dead doesn't help.
Yeah, and then even more quiet, like stealthily quiet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask her if so like where should we start looking for this GIF and this cult? I know my group has got business of our own to attend to, but I don't want our leads to go cold.
My idea, before we reach into nobility of the place, would be going over towards the bazaar. The bazaar is where we will find trade of all sorts. There, if we bribe the proper people, we can find information. Then, up on the south, there is the Elysian district. Up on north and south, where the low neighborhoods are, and all sorts of information travel there.
If we can make our way to the bazaar, I know that we need to get some supplies, and that might be a good time to slip away. Let's continue with the group for now, and we will disappear in the crowds and handle our business.
Makes sense to me.
And then I'll just kind of give her a nod and a smile, and walk back up and catch up with the rest of them. And hey guys, we finally made it. I don't know about you, but I'm running low on building materials, and I could probably use a fresh change of clothes.
I can agree with that. I feel like I need to get my hands on depending on what our party funds are, get our hands on a diamond or two, just in case we need the use of it in the future.
Oh, Alex was with us, right?
Yeah. Do you guys sort out also? I did not see a list, but did you sort out what sort of items you want to buy on the Suncut Bazaar?
So I guess I have more of a question about shopping. Do we have like access to like all items ever, or is it kind of like
No,
going
uncommon
to
quality. I disclosed that on, I believe, the end of the session. I'm not sure. I said Tinkle magical items. All uncommon on the list is fair trade.
Okay.
And something
I'll have
above
to.
that is to be discussed.
I just wasn't sure if it was kind of like where, in Critical Role, you went to like Gilmore's and he only had certain things at certain times just because like inventory was rotating. But if it's uncommon, that's cool too. Sweet. I guess I don't have any ideas as to what uncommon items are because, truth be told, I've never made it this far into a campaign. So I will just kind of do a little quick peek around, I suppose, and see what's available.
Question now is to the rest of you. What you guys would like to do up onto the Sankart Bazaar? You guys are walking around trying to find a place to stay the night, right? To pass over, find refreshments, that sort of stuff. Did I get that right?
That feels right. We've been flying for what feels like forever, and
20-something days.
yeah, I feel like we could all use a warm bed and a hot bath and some fresh food.
Okay.
Did I learn how to fly if we did 20 days of flying?
Yeah. You got over. You talked with him on the second or third day, so roughly 20 days is what you have. We input that here.
Is Vesh is still with us currently in the group? He hasn't wandered off. She hasn't wandered off, right?
Nope,
Not yet.
Not yet.
And
These rich
Crim's
people are
gonna,
making me uncomfortable, though.
Crim's gonna just kind of whisper to Vesh, Vesh, if you don't in your other pursuits that you have, if you it might be helpful if you come across the diamond in your search for other things.
Look at all the rich people. Are they wearing diamonds? Surrounded by
If
rich
that
people,
was a
right?
question to me.
Yeah, we're surrounded by a bunch of rich people in
Yep.
their neighborhood, right?
Yep. You guys can certainly find rich people around the area for sure.
Normally, I wouldn't have a hand in such dealings, but clearly, there are those in this area that have much more than others. So I feel them losing a diamond or two wouldn't be noticed terribly much by those that are well off.
You want the fingers that have the diamonds on them also?
Preferably leave the person intact.
Got it. Let's get out of this neighborhood. It's making me uncomfortable.
All right. Moving over then. You guys walk around on towards the Sigil district until you find the first eclipse is on the Suncut Bazaar, where it is Lodgeling.
Is there somewhere on the map that's kind of I don't know if we're just kind of if that shows us our rough location? I know this is a very large area and it's kind of difficult to reflect that, but
I can put up a token.
okay. I just so it's nice for me to have kind of a frame of reference where we're at in terms of the whole city.
I get it. I think there we go. That's what I want. We try to get that little thing in here. Create that as an NPC. If the temp make there. Nope, the temp did not make there. Okay. Let me put up maybe a horse. A horse could do. A hiding horse. The fuck? Where are my images, man? Why I can't... Okay, go below, close, close. Boom. And there we go. Okay. So roughly you guys are around this area, the tower, the library for the Allegiance is this great building up in the middle here. You guys are crossing over towards the area, and the Cairo Moro is here. I was trying to find lodgelings in here. There we go. So up on where you are, there is the step side. Up to the south of the area over here, you will find a very comfortable tavern inn close to a casino where you guys can hang out around on the area. Maybe if people are feeling lucky, play some games as well.
I like casinos.
Can say no to a little added coinage potentially.
No? It's money.
Yeah, you're gonna jackpot the machines, Vash. You're gonna go around stealing the coins.
Yeah, make friends with all the old drunk guys. A bunch of money.
All right. So you guys go over onto the south, cross over to the circuit walk, and then arrive over to this place in between the circuit walk and the Sankat Bazaar, where it's called the step side. As you arrive over towards the step side, it seems to be a cozy establishment, and it seems to be with plentiful people up in the region. The dailies seems to be mostly people wearing out noble burgish like clothes. You see that the visitors around the area also seem to hold distinctive aspects. You see elven, you see dryads among the people. You also notice that there seems to be some tieflings, and most of the rest of the place seems to be sunburnt skins, humanoids. You can see that darky-ish black-like sunburnt skin over, and they wear those fine turbans and red clothings with golden scarves and wearing out jewelry among their fingers. The place itself is very large. It's a 4-story building with a gigantic garden in the back. And let me put up another song for you guys to wander around the town.
Make sure we weren't getting ready to fight a boss or something there with the way the music changed.
Yeah, as you enter, you see Delilah Briarwood ready to fireball your face. Roll initiative. Okay. As you cross over in between this garden, you notice that among the people in there, you find what seems to be Dermans from the rival team, walking around with their rogue in the area. They seem to be talking about how they can humor up IOJB. They're apparently trying to find a gift for her.
We overhear them talking about IOJB.
You do.
I assume as a group we're gonna walk up to them and say, well met, fellow adventurers. Good to see you, and nice to see you in good health again.
Glad to see you too. May Luxon's light clear your path. Well, we did not expect to see you guys so soon. What is that you're doing here? You're here for Kyle Morrow, I assume?
Our recent exploits had brought us in this general direction, and as luck would have it, we simply crossed your path. We were looking just to seek further answers on our quest.
Very well.
How is IOJB doing? I know the last encounter did not sit well with her. The circumstances.
You can say that she's trying to go over the situation that has passed. She felt she failed with us as a leader. And I do agree with her on that. I mean, her oldest friend among the group, and it was the first time she made a wrong call of judgment.
Well, that all being said, I feel all the fault can't be placed on her necessarily, as if memory serves, the equipment that she was using was playing a role, as well as another person having a role in the that last encounter, causing her not to necessarily act as she would normally.
I agree with you. Even so, she won't give up over with or without the jewel. She still wants to go down to the sunken city to make the group name a legend. And I don't believe traversing down below is the way to go, considering what we passed over about now. We have no reason to seek Calc's Elixian quest anymore. Even so, we are here.
Well, maybe your paths are meant to cross with ours, despite not carrying the jewel. Maybe it is meant that despite us carrying it in our group, you are still meant to continue the path with us, as you are clearly part of this quest as it is.
Maybe you're right. And then you see that as you guys are walking over there, where is the rival team? Okay. Is that the one? Yeah, that is the one. You see that Irvin go over to you, Vash, and he leans over, hit you with the elbow on the side of the shoulder, and he begin doing up a few signals in Thief's scans, and he says to you, there will be event up in the casino 3 days from now. Apparently they're gonna do small show off of what seems to be a Finstayera of jewels around there. There's gonna be a lot of rich people down on the county. What do you think? You up for it? I might need someone to distract the guards as I steal the thing.
So casually, like, lean in and just respond and thieves can't. I'll see you there.
Awesome. And you see he gets a twirl of paper over and throw it at you over like he is flipping a coin to the side. And let's see. I will choose 2 people based on a die roll who will be able to roll perception to figure it out. Against his 18 sleight of hand as passive. So it will be Ira and Nero.
Perception, was it?
And rolling a what now? I'm sorry.
Perception, if you desire.
Perception. Thank you. Hey! You know what's better than a 5? A fucking 4!
At least you're not breaking a gun again.
God, yeah, no shit, right?
Yep.
Is there like an uncommon magic item that says I'll never break my guns ever again?
Nope.
God.
You're a rogue and you can't roll below a 10 eventually.
Yeah, if it was a rogue, maybe, but anyhow, yeah, you get that over on Vash, and apparently no one notices, and Irvin taps out and go back to Dermot, and then he says, "Hey, little goblin, you know what the boss would like? I think she would like some fancy arrows, and I saw some arrows made out of fine jewelry back on the south of the Sanket Bazaar in the circled walk. Why don't we go over there?" And he nods and says to you guys, "Well, it was fine meeting you here, but we need to find a way to get her back onto her own 2 feet and not get a drinking problem. So, see you soon."
Well, if there's anything we can do to help, please let us know, and as I'm sure we will see you soon in the future again.
You see they nod and leave. As you are around the area of the garden, you see that God damn it, what is the name of the owner of the sidestep? Kalinal. You see that an elven wearing out, not supposed for that to happen, my bad, was importing a token, and apparently it imported over the fucking thing entirely. Okay.
Looks nice.
Looks nice, it does.
Yes, that's also
It's
thinking.
from a Curse of Stride game. I was trying to import
Don't-
a token, imported everything.
Going to murder house, guys.
Yo, I'm playing Curse of Strahd every other Monday at my game store that's local to me, and Death House sucked. Death
I
House
mean,
was a
it
fucking
is
nightmare.
very...
It was tough.
It is very tough, yes. If the end plays out all the traps, it can be very deadly.
Last time I was playing Curse of Strahd, my DM was telling me his other group was in that house for 3 months in real life. Because they couldn't figure
My
it
group
out.
is currently running Castle Ravenloft. They are the 8th session in, and they switched floor once, so it is hard. Anyway, keeping on track with that, like I was saying, you guys see what seems to be elven male with some rugged cheeks over onto the side. It seems he has war marks and some wounds over to the parts of the arms. You see Caliano, and he introduces himself. My good friends, welcome up to the side step. I am Caliano, the owner, along with my good wife, Ida One. And we are retired veterans from the city that's made out Orsmal trading here. Would you like something from our menu? And you see he begins to distribute down the menu. You see all the menus seems to be very fancy. They seem to be carved out in wood by hand. And they hold out small paper sheets with the dailies of the menu. You see that most of the things served in the place are basically fresh vegetables, salad, bread, cheese, run, that sort of thing. And then there's 2 entry plates per each day. Today they are doing venison and javeli. So pork and venison, basically. Deer for venison and that sort of stuff. And then he says, and if you fancy coming back over late on the night, we will have soup today. Potatoes and onion over to the night. Feel free to take your time. Doesn't pay to be on the garden or sit on the tables. You're most welcome to stay as long as you desire. You have a good day. And he goes back over to the other tables, pass time around, and leave you guys to enjoy the view of the beautiful garden around his building. Shun, you were gonna say anything? Ira was gonna say anything?
Oh no, it was a passing joke that that was long gone. Are we staying here? Are we going to have some venison and maybe discuss what we're going to do?
A bit of venison sounds like it might be good for a change. We haven't had anything quite like that recently, so it might be nice to have something a little bit higher class than our recent fare that we've partaken in.
I'm in favor of higher class food.
Yeah, you guys see that the menu is very fucking pricey. An individual meal for a person is 2 gold in there. The
Prim
place
says,
is
"Never
very
mind.
fucking pricey.
2 gold's a bit steep, unless it comes with a happy ending. I will take my food at another time."
I mean, you guys got the cash. Why not spend it with yourselves? Anyhow, as you guys are around onto a table, that is a good topic. What is that you have intention of doing? I know one of you have a schedule free up to 3 days from now, but where exactly you guys want to go? There is the river district over onto the north where Prolix relayed there are some places you can go to find more information on the center of the area. There's the main library. There is what else he would have said? There's the Cerulean Palace if you guys want to deal with the nobility.
Krim is very interested in finding a temple of Bahamut, a proper temple.
Most likely you would find that on the Circled Walk on the south somewhere, or anywhere close to the Cerulean Palace, most likely as well. All fate is welcome on Ank'Harel, as long as they are not evil. It's the only regulation, but all fate is fair on Ank'Harel.
Nero obviously wants to make his way to the bazaar, just to resupply. But other than that, I'm hungry. I don't know. Are you guys hungry? Like, we've been flying over nothing but ocean for like the last 3 weeks, and I'm getting pretty tired of dried beef and.
What the hell? I'll go ahead and splurge and get myself
I mean,
some.
I think we've earned it. You know, like. Well, maybe we didn't earn it. Maybe our actions in Kazakhstan may mean that we don't earn it. But we've had a long 3 weeks of travel, and I think we could all use a little bit of a pick me up and have a drink. And
sounds good.
I think
The-
Sky Giants definitely.
I don't think the allegiance is going anywhere. I mean, we'll catch up to Prolix in no time, and we can continue our search for the jewel and Elixion. But I think we're here, and I've never been here. Let's check it out.
Maybe Ilra, maybe you could discuss the rates with the owner and see if we can't get a little bit of a discount or something more reasonable for the slayers of the what the hell is that siege beast called?
The I can't remember that one.
I can't remember what it's called, but yeah,
The
that's
guys
long.
you fought over the
the siege beast that we
the Udak.
The Udak, yeah, the Slayers. Fortune favors the Slayers of the Udak. Maybe you can discuss or provide a little light entertainment, and in the hopes that we can get a bit of a discount on such pricey fare.
Can I catch the server's eye? Call him over.
If you can what? Sorry, say again.
Can I catch the waiter's eye and call him over?
Yeah, you see that eventually he passes around to your table. It takes a moment, like the place is full. It's he and his wife only, apparently, and he goes over to you and say, "My good friend, I see you fare from distant lands. There are not many drow up onto the city."
No, there's not. We came here in search of adventure and fortune.
Where are you
this
all come
is,
from, if you don't mind me asking?
Just from different places. I myself come from Soras, from Rosanna.
The great capital of the drow. As they say,
You haven't-
long live and light to the bright queen, right?
Oh, made looks and bewitchy. You haven't seen anybody else from that area around here lately, have you?
That you speak of it now, I remember there was a messenger from Roshana that was around here to visit the Cerulean Palace. I think his name was something with a Talis, I believe. He was a diplomat on the city.
Alice, you say. I'll kind of look at the others and kind of look down. And he didn't say what his business was.
No, he passed around the region pretty fast. He only managed to talk over to the king, and he decided to come over to my place for a small meal.
Okay.
Sorry on that. I forgot that the Brass Dragon don't rule anymore, so it's actually, he would mention the Green Maven. The Green Maven is like a Chancellor. Currently, the name of the Green Maven is Gemeshka. If you ask him, he would tell you that. We put the name of the girl here.
Okay.
There we go.
I'll kind of take note of that, and I'll just say your establishment is a very fine establishment, I have to say, but you've got no atmosphere to match such a fine establishment. I'm sure if you could do us a deal on the price of your meals here, I could provide some atmosphere or music to match your
Oh, you're a
fine.
performer. Do you know any sounds up from the region of Taldore? There is a group from that region that is inside my establishment, and they apparently are adventurers as well. They are here on to do trade and find out some sort of person down here. And it would be good to encourage them to spend money. If you can make them buy a keg or two of our best beer, I would certainly not mind to provide you a few snacks and some food for free.
Does Ira know any songs from that area, or
Well, there
is it
there
just
is the one that is pretty common that you would know, the Legend of the Vox Machina. The
okay?
sounds that or Old Bud, Horny Bard knew, so you would know that
Okay,
one.
Ira will.
Crimin's gonna touch Ilra's shoulder as he gets ready to go up there and says, "Put on a fine show," and cast guidance.
And I will go up and whip out my field and attempt to play some of Fox Machina songs and so forth.
Okay. You tell Tin which of the legends: the combat with the Emerald Enclave, the conquest over oh my god, over Amon. What parts of the legends you tell the people around?
Go for the man.
You do Amon? Alright. One of the guys is from the capital, so you have advantage on the roll. Do a performance for me. That of the goldfish. Oh god. All right, 19. You see that? Yeah, they cheer up as you perform and throw down your. I don't remember. You do lute or lyre? I don't remember.
Feel.
Okay, very well. You do that, throwing out the tune in there, and you see that they throw 10 gold your way. You see that they each throw up 2 coins over your direction. They seem to be a small adventuring party of their own. Not necessarily people you would know stories of, not people with prestige, but they seem to have money. So they throw it up some towards your way.
Yeah, I'll nod to them and I'll pass the money to the group and say, well, that's dinner sorted for most of us. And I'll walk over to them and I'll ask them why, what brings them to Anchorel.
You see that they smile, and then they say, "We are here currently trying to go on a lead finding Gitsarai. There is there is notice of a small band of Gitsarai on town that is associated with an old legend of one of the tales that happened on Amon. Do you remember the Emerald Enclave?
Yes.
Apparently, those Gitsarai are associated with one of the remaining dragons that survived from the Emerald Enclave, an ancient red dragon. And one of the Gits that is leading this Gitsarai is its rider. So we are here to find him and, well, bring him back to Amon if we can find the rider without its dragon.
Wow.
His head is being paid over by the council 4,000 gold. That's what we are here for.
4,000 gold. And are you sure you can take this rider yourselves? Like, what if you encounter him on the dragon?
I mean, you see they smile and chuckle over it like a little bit nervously. Do you truly believe if an ancient red dragon was here, would even the city survive?
That is also true.
I mean, consider this. The happening back on Amon is over 100 years old. The dragon was an adult back then. He would have at least 400 years now. So...
There's tales of stranger things happening, though.
like what?
I don't know, there's somebody recently I thought was dead, and they weren't dead, and that was pretty disturbing. Anywho, if you need help, we're just over there, and you can let my group know.
Sure.
I assume we can see Ilra over there talking
Yeah,
to this group.
he is not hiding, or the group. The group is talking very loudly, so you guys would overhear the conversation.
Is there any? I'm sorry, I didn't need an. Is I just curious? Is there any anybody that stands out physically, like appearance-wise?
No, Maggie's not here.
No, Meg is not here. Sadly, no.
That's not my thought.
But yeah, the group composes of, let's see, a golden metallic dragonborn, reddish stout dwarf holding out what seems to be a symbol of Muradin over his chest. You guys are gonna make me fucking do NPCs, aren't you? Let's see.
I was just curious.
A paladin
I don't
of
remember how long
Avendra.
this is. I was curious if it was the Darrington Brigade.
A human paladin of Avendra. So I have a cleric, I have a paladin, I have a fighter. Let's go for a wizard. On the back, you see what seems to be a more oh my fucking god, I lost track of that and track of thought in here. You see what seems to be black, long-haired female. She seems to have ample breasts and large thighs. She seems to hold out a very feminine-like dress over her body. Seems to hold out a staff of sorts. And you notice there is a lot of tattoos over her body. You can most likely disclose it's a sorceress. And finally, on the back, you see an elvish woman with two scimitars over her belt and a longbow crossing over her chest. Is lean frame and very pretty.
I was just fishing to see if there's any of the legends of old. Obviously, a number of years later, I was just curious, just double checking that.
Okay. Among 10, no. You like I said, pretty.
Not that I would recognize them per se.
Pretty young. Mostly like 2 or 3 adventures in, career adventuring bands. Nothing very.
Okay.
That would have legends on 10 yet.
So if Nero was able to overhear all of that, once they brought up the Githzerai, he would have looked at Eliana and they would have kind of shared like a look. And I'm just gonna kind of watch to see if they leave before us. Just keep an eye on them.
Sure. Very well. Okay. Anyone else want to approach or ask questions?
Krim is going to try to simply just see if he can't offer to buy or pay for the metallic dragonborn's meal.
Sure. You see that he, as the waiters come by, he makes a motion and say if he would have a beer and a meal would be 3 gold. So, and he asks, do you want me to send any notes of who paid for it? Should I say what it was if he asks?
Just say may Bahamut be with you, and that's no name or anything.
Okay. Okay. And it will be done. All right. You guys have acquired some new information downtown, and getting back onto Chuira, you see that they look at you and say, "Truly, what is that? Is the people here in here paying any bounties for it? Who they're associated with?"
I hear them saying that.
Yeah, you do. You guys are talking over, right? You said about the cold and you left, or you're still there?
I'm still there.
Okay.
What are they referring to? As in, they're paying bounties for whom?
You mentioned down that would be a coach in here. Did I get that right? In the city? Or no?
Okay.
Did you do that, or did I not understand what you said?
I didn't. I don't think I meant. I don't think I mentioned the cult.
Then never mind. I'm sorry. I fucked up. Then yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Mhm.
I just said if they wanted help with the Gitsurai to let us know.
Mm-hmm.
And that was an offer I made.
Okay, never mind. Then I'm sorry. And yeah, you see that if you remember down the legends, among the Chroma Conclave, there was only one red dragon. So you guys can feel free to conversate that among yourselves.
Okay, I'll sit back down amongst the group, and I was like, I'd just be like, did you hear all of that? It seemed odd.
Yeah, I have a hard time believing that Thordak is still alive. Lord Derolo and his friends took him down years ago. There's no way that he's still terrorizing the cities and terrorizing Exandria. And not without some powerful necromancy.
Well, we do have a certain person that was originally thought to be gone as well, and who does dabble.
And that was the point I was trying to make to that group, but I think it went over their heads. But
that is, you make a fair point. I hadn't considered that, but I don't know if Delilah's crazy enough to try to resurrect Thordak. Not even she can, I hope, reign a mad titan like Thordak can.
It just seems weird. I said that we would give them help, but I don't know they will be reciprocal of that. So should we follow them, or like find out what this is about, or
they mentioned
are we bothered?
They mentioned a pretty hefty reward. Whether it pans out that Thordak is alive or Delilah has anything to do with it, I think the reward alone might be worth checking out. And who knows, maybe this Gith can lead us, not necessarily to a dragon, but I don't know where I was going with that.
Or maybe give us further details and multiple fronts that we're seeking information on.
Did they mention a cult? I'm sorry. Did they mention a cult when they were at the table?
Sorry, say again?
Did they mention that the Gith were part of a cult?
They're not necessarily part of a cult. Its Dragon Rider apparently is the one who was riding the ancient red dragon from the Chroma Conclave. It's what they said.
Okay,
I'm not
but-
sure
okay.
where I got cult from. It might be on my head. I'm sorry.
That's okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, I think the how many of us are there? Six. The six of us versus one Gith with the help of this group. Like maybe we can either
Just
help
want to
them
remember,
collect.
it's not any Git. It's a Gitserai that you know the information
Gitserai.
of. So it's literally a knight that would be under the service of a knight of the Git. So it's
Okay.
not any shit. It's a very high level Git warrior.
Gotcha. Yeah. So with the six of us and maybe this other group, maybe we can share the bounty, or maybe the six of us are strong enough to take this guy down. If he's got a dragon, we'll need help, especially if it's Thordak or Delilah's involved. But I think there's definitely enough red flags that it's worth checking out.
Let's put up some information on the table for the two of you that would most likely know about it. Nero can roll history at advantage. Actually, don't need to be history. He would know. Roll an intelligence check for me at advantage, and Ira can roll a history check. Would be a memory check for Nero, not necessarily. All right. You remember the mention down in Whitestone that when the Cinder King went down, it was trusted to one person. His body was trusted to one person, Rashan. Rashan was the one responsible to bury the body. So, did she do it? Who knows?
Who?
Rashan. Raishan.
Raishan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because Raishan took Thordak's bones back to her lair on that island where I can't think of he was a necromancer. I can't think of his name, but she brought him to his island, and that's where they killed Raishan, and that's where his bones should still be. So,
In theory, yep.
yeah, hopefully. And Delilah was long gone before that, unless she was keeping tabs on us, or keeping tabs on Vox Machina. There's no other way that she would know where Thordak's body is.
I know this is fishy.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of red flags around it. I would, the bounty aside, I think making sure Delilah's not involved and taking an ancient red dragon off the table feels good.
Well, I'm always in for a battle when it comes to any of those despicable chromatic dragons are involved.
Well, would you like me to persuade them to let us join them, just as maybe we mightn't say anything about the bounty, but just maybe as a matter of interest or information, or like we're just interested in.
Yeah, I think it's worth mentioning that our paths seem like they might be crossing a little bit, and maybe we can work something out with the bounty, and if not, then the bounty's all theirs. But they gave us a lead on accident, and if it's okay with them, maybe they'll just let us tag along just for like some information.
Okay.
How do you feel about it, Coach? How do you feel about the prospect of potentially fighting a dragon at the very least? Definitely would be a nice fight. I feel you would enjoy it as long as we aren't up in the air.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, he's just digging his finger in his ear. He's barely paying attention. He just looks at you as you kind of says that.
What? You say something?
Battle. Possible strong enemy.
much money are we getting out of it?
A fair sum, it sounds like. I don't know if we actually heard the exact amount, but I'm guessing we heard it by now. But the total bounty is 4,000 gold, which I imagine would be split between 2 groups. So we're looking at possibly 2,000 gold if they're willing to work with us. It's a pretty good amount of.
2,000. Is that a lot?
No.
Potentially.
Do me a favor. Don't make fun of me. Open up your hand. Make a visual image of how much that is for me.
You're talking to Krem, I assume?
Yes.
Krem's gonna put up his hands, and I assume he's just looking for an amount, and basically put his hands at like shoulder length, showing just a large size, like a very large comparable size.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Okay, so will I approach them?
Up to you.
Yeah.
Do you want to approach them?
Yeah, I think so.
I try to figure
I'll
out who's
go-
lying to you.
I'll go.
Group of adventurers just tells you about a 4,000 gold bounty. I assume they're either new or it's a trap.
Okay. Well, I'll keep that in mind. I'll go over and I'll just say, you know, our group were just talking about what you just said. You sure this is a real thing? It seems very unlikely.
What seems very unlikely, pardon?
But there's a Gitzerai who is a rider of a red dragon. It just seems
You know
bizarre.
that their race are ones that, well, normally are known to be dragon riders, right?
Oh, we know that, yeah, but it just seems you're definitely on the level with us. Yes, what you're saying is true.
Why would we lie to you?
There's a lot of people in this town trying to make a name for themselves, and some people go around making up stories that seem rather unlikely, just to get notoriety.
Okay. No. We are just seeking out our thing here and to make a name for ourselves. That's all we're after.
And do you really think you can do this job with just your group?
You see, they look over one another, and well, we are 5. I don't see why not.
Krem's gonna walk up behind Elra and say, maybe some assistance from some seasoned adventurers, somewhat seasoned adventurers as well, would provide a little assistance in guaranteeing completing this task. That is, if you're willing to split the proceeds with us.
You are a band of your own, I see.
You could call us that.
Currently we're not looking for help. But if you are staying up around the area while we are, going over to our investigation, maybe in the future if we need the help. And you look at the guys, and yeah, it is pretty clear that most likely, like a disclosure, they are new to this.
Well, full disclosure, if you do find you need help in the future, the price of our assistance will go up. And then at that point, I guess, just kind of move back away.
And I'll just say, just FYI, we have taken care of a new DAC, and we've also done some other feats, so we're quite experienced. So
You see, they look at
If
you,
you-
and what is a Udak? We
It's a
fare
big
from
fucking-
Taldore, so we don't know what
It's
that
a-
is. Is that a thing down here in the Marquee?
No, it's something from Sorhas. It's a big fucking monster. You really need to see it to believe it. And I'll wink at the female participants in the group
Mm-hmm.
as a boast, and just say, if you want us, hope you know where to find us, and walk away.
As Ilra's walking away, Crim's gonna whisper in his ear, "You should have said there's other beasts that they could tame if they seek your if they seek your audience."
I just didn't think of that. You're really on point with your. You should have my job.
Next time.
I'm definitely going to take pointers from you from now on.
Is anyone in the room paying more attention to this conversation than they should have been?
There. Maybe.
I needed perception or.
No need. You've been actively looking for people, so no need. Just trying to figure. Let's see. Down the bazaar or the Gilded District for sure, but. Oh, I remember one person. Give me a moment. That could be there. Okay. Yeah, you do see that there seems to be a sling figure back on the gardens, up to where there seems to be cover from the suns on one of the tables, and the person seems to be wearing out its full cloak on this very pretty day and having out a meal. Most of the body is covered, wearing gloves, light clothes, most in dark brown. She seems to wear a head bandana over the top of her head. Would you like to make an approach, Mr. Kazin?
Let's just make a note of that lady for now.
Okay, very well.
Keep an eye on her if she leaves.
All right. Mm-hmm. And what about the rest of you guys? You go back one towards the table, and what are you gonna do?
I'm just going to suggest that we should keep an eye on those, or maybe get someone to follow them. They're going to either run into trouble or something's happening with them. We couldn't persuade them to let them join us, but they will definitely either need help or something is going on there. So
they're gonna get themselves killed.
Yeah.
If they're really looking at facing who they're say they're going to be facing, they're probably going to die.
It could be a job for our sneaky person. And I'll look at Vesh.
I just thank you so much for today.
What do you guys think should be? I don't even know how Vesh feels about it. If she would want to tail them just to kind of get an idea, or if We just let them trip and fall, so to speak, and hopefully nothing negative comes about it. Let survival of the fittest play its role.
You know what? I think it's not my job to fucking babysit anything ever. So, how about we just let God decide?
At this point, Krim isn't going to say anything, but Krim is going to plan to go to the Temple of Bahamut later to pray to his deity.
Okay.
Maybe seek guidance in that.
Very well.
Just because he doesn't know if he should be, if this is all BS, or if someone's just trying to, basically trying to get some guidance to see if this is actually legit, or if these guys are actually in danger. So.
Okay. Very well. What about the rest of you? What do you intend to do?
It kind of feels like maybe it would be a good opportunity for Eliana and Nero to get up and tail them.
Sure.
Was Krim going to tail them?
No, I'm not gonna.
All right, then I think it'll be a good opportunity for Eliana and Nero to kind of sneak out for a bit and follow up on making sure they don't get themselves killed, but also maybe just like picking up a lead on a Gitsarai. So I'll just kind of, I'll be like, all right, I'll keep an eye on them. I'll have bad news and I'll be able to keep my distance and watch them through my scope. Eliana, would you want to join me? And I'll just kind of like jerk my head kind of to the door. It might be worth checking out this Gitsarai and this ancient red dragon, and just kind of really emphasize the Gitsarai part of it.
And you see that, you see that she begins taking out a few ampoules of poison, and she spreads over along what seems to be in her short sword, and she follows you up.
Do you have any more of that poison by chance? It might be worth.
Not for you.
Okay.
You've got your poison bullets.
I feel about you two being alone again. You end up just taking a little too much time for me. What's up with that?
I think that was meant for you, Nero.
Why are we sneaking off?
No, you two alone again. Why do you end up taking a little too much time? Something there.
I'll just whisper into Koja. Did they teach you about the birds and the bees in your tribe?
Are you? What?
Obviously, going to do stuff.
Are you insulting me with this bees nonsense?
I'm just using euphemisms.
Use
that word.
Euphemism.
You're about to piss me the fuck off. What are you talking about, boy?
He's talking about sex, Koja. We're going to have sex.
Just say fucking.
Yeah, fuck. What the fuck?
And yeah, you see.
We're gonna go. We'll be back. Koja, we'll be back. It might not seem like it right now, but this is important. I feel like there's enough to worry about with Delilah running around that we also it can't hurt to disprove the rumors of an ancient red dragon, and we also could use a little bit of money. So, you know, keeping this group of adventurers alive aside, it seems like a good opportunity to make some money and also make sure we're not being tailed or have other threats to worry about while we're here trying to help Elixion or worry about Delilah. So,
Yeah, right. The money. Have fun, kids.
and Aliana, let's go.
Yeah, you see that she tags along. Why not?
Does the lady in the corner follow?
Nope. She
Okay.
doesn't.
I'm just gonna call it to Nero. I suppose I'll hang around here, and if you have any news, you can let us know. Or the casino. That also intrigues me, and I'll look at the others.
Yeah, why don't you guys go have fun at the casino, and we'll meet you back there in about an hour or two.
Oh, please. An hour or two. See you in about 10 minutes at most.
Nero shoots Krim. Just kidding.
I'll slap Craven saying, "Hey, he's half dead. I'm sure you could keep it up for longer than half an hour."
Oh my! I'm gonna mute myself now.
Rigor mortis is a thing.
Oh
apparently.
my fucking
Down the
god,
lookout,
those
I'll
guys!
actually activate my shift weave, and I will throw on my just like my stealth pose, my
Oh my
type
god,
my type black
man.
armor and cloak with a hood, and just walk out with Eliana and disappear into the crowd. Keep an eye on the young adventurers, and maybe we can rob them and maybe keep them alive and take their bounty from them. Or at least get some information and we can take the bounty later.
Okay, very well, very well. Let's see. Okay, so group division will be Eliana and Nero up to the Suncut Bazaar, Ira to the Suncut Bazaar, to the casino.
Krim is gonna be curious if Nazir, given his paladin background, would care to join him and going to the Temple of Bahamut.
Sure, you guys can go over to the temple. Where is the temple areas in here? The Temple of the Mentor. That's Cobalt Soul. Okay, so it is on the guided district. Crosses on. It's on the blastings of the well. On the guided district. So over here. That's where you go to find out the temple area.
Okay.
So the two of you go over there to make prayers, to make vouchers to your gods, pass your time around on, you know, doing the religious aspects of your characters.
Potentially seeking guidance whether or not Bahamut would answer regarding the this other green group of adventurers as well.
Okay, very well. And I believe that leaves you alone, Vash. What you will be doing?
I'm gonna buy a drink, take it over to the lady in the corner, sit down with her.
Okay, very well. You come over on, you see that the woman that is clearly hiding her aspects look over to you and say, "The seat is taken, leave."
Give her her drink. But I try to use these can't just to ask if she's working. As I set the drink down.
I know your language, but exactly what are you after? She replies in common.
Just for some fun. New city, I'm kind of bored.
Don't have any tasks if that's what you're after. But I know people who might. Are you up to steal something?
I could use friends.
Very well. In the Suncat Bazaar, there is a place, small tavern, that you can find a small lodging in the area. What is the name of the fucking place? Not Kyle Morrow. First Eclipse. You can find a tavern called the First Eclipse down there, which people are recruiting for a delivery, you could say. We need for a person to rob an item from a group of people that is associated with the Cobalt Soul and deliver it on the hands of the Allegiance.
Sounds like fun.
Can provide 200 now, 200 later.
Okay. How do I know these people when I find them?
All you need to do is rob out a small satchel that they will be traveling with. In there, you'll find a small figure of an elephant, fully painted out in pink. And then you will deliver that to any member that you can find using the Allegiance colors, and it will eventually reach the person it should eventually find itself onto. It's as simple as that. You win?
Sounds like fun.
Very well. Meet the bartender there, Setzerak Runstrider. Tell him that the Veil sent you, and when you arrive, say it's about the job. They will give you your target.
All right. Thanks. Nice meeting you.
You see she keeps to herself and waits for you to leave.
I leave.
Alright.
Search of this First Eclipse.
Okay. So you are also going to the Suncat Bazaar, so basically half the fucking party is in the Suncat Bazaar. And I have no idea where that would be on the fucking map, so will be any place really. I only know the casino is here. Okay. So.
Oh, can I do a quick? It's sort of a well, I already brought it up earlier, but I just want to make sure if someone can keep an eye out for 300 gold worth of diamond. Or diamond, basically.
Correct. Yeah. Before
I forgot about that.
Before we go over to you guys buying stuff and following up the green adventures that are trying for more than they can chew, you guys. Let me move the token in here. You guys can wait for a small temple episode. So you find up along the Temple of the Mentor what seems to be a lot of people wearing out robes, long robes in white, gold, and blue. You see that they seem now to be associated with a faction of their own. And when you arrive down the main square area, you see a sparkling fountain made out of marble, throwing water, and you see that the oh god, the floor of that said marble seems to be fully made out in gold. So you see that those plates of gold that holds itself on make memory and mention to Mount Celestia, the house of Bahamut, and all the other gods of good. To the front of the fountain, you find what seems to be a temple dedicated to 7 gods: Helm, Tyr, Bahamut. Those are the gods, and 3 other gods from Northern mythology that currently I don't remember on Critical Role because the gods are different. With the name the House of the Triad. That's what you find down there.
Okay.
Do you enter the temple, Small Dwarf?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. What was the name? Fizban. Yeah. Fizban the Fabulous. So you reach into the temple, take your time up around the area. As you enter, the place seems to be simple. You see that most of the temple seems to be made out in simple polished stone, painted out in white to keep the pattern of the place. You see that most of the statues seems to be made out of wood, and the statue of Bahamut seems to be made out in iron, painted out in platinum. It's clear that it's just a painting to, simulate
the Platinum Dragon.
The Platinum Dragon. As you enter up the area, you see that its wings are spread, and in front of it, you see small statues of what seems to be 7 canaries eating up food, small seedlings, across what seems to be a vine tree, the vine of a tree.
Krim is going to approach it and then kneel in front of the this display, as well as touching his amulet and just saying a prayer to Bahamut, and like I mentioned before, trying to seek any. I'm not really sure how it works in this.
Make a prayer, role player prayer.
So Krim is going to kneel in front of theirs and be touching his amulet of Bahamut, and he close his eyes and kneel his head and say, I pray to you, Bahamut, in seeking guidance, and also to provide thanks, as with the recent acknowledgement of me following you, and I seek guidance, and there are some who appear to be well-meaning travelers that I have encountered previously or recently, who appear to be seeking out a being in connection with an evil chromatic dragon who was previously thought to be dead. More so than that, I seek guidance from you to see if this is something that I should pursue in terms of assisting them, as I feel that if the information that they have provided to us is true, they might all meet their end, as I don't know if they have the experience nor the skill to encounter this what's it called? Yeah, I can't remember what you call it. The get Rasu or whatever. Gitsurai, let alone potentially an ancient red dragon, which I have a hard time believing or knowing if that actually is the case. Unless I seek your guidance and hopeful response to see how I should proceed by following in your steps.
Okay. Roll your D100 for me. Ooh, very close to your level. All right. So basically, if you didn't get level, I will still need to be non-directive about it. You find out in your image, the inside your mind, what seems to be a great mountain. You see that those mountains seems to be fully made out of metal. In the back of the mountain, you notice that raises up a great temple, simple in motion, but as large as the skies can be seen from afar. In there, you cross your vision over a garden, and you hear out the sound of a flock of birds passing around the area. You notice that somewhere where your vision is, whatever that is on greater heights. Somewhere that most likely not many men, mortal, had been before. As your vision goes deeper in between the gardens, you see that on that very moment you find a sun blinding up the scene in front of you, and you see a human, golden flocks of hair, blue eyes, wearing out a long blue set of robes, wearing the symbol, a symbol of a crown of flowers on his chest. You hear out from his voice a deep emanation that says, "Seek out in your heart what true answer lies. You are good, you are stubborn. You are mortal, as many of those before you. Choose your steps properly. Take out notion of what you are, what you can be, and who, not who, what your destiny is associated with. Your life is not your own, but has bigger meaning to what is to come." And you see that 7 canaries in gold seems to come around him and sit over to his lap, his shoulders. One rests on top of his head. And you see a gentle smile form on his face as you see the man from the side now. And then he says, "What is that you think you want to do?" You see the image fade away as your answer is given. And you see Bahamut in his Master of Flowers version for the first time.
Okay. Krim is gonna stand back up and back away and just take it all in, because I don't feel like it's something that right now he could sit here and go, oh, this is exactly what it meant, and just kind of ponder on what was said.
Okay. Do you know the story behind why Bahamut switched out his name to Fizban when he first took up his form as a mortal?
No, I'm not familiar with that. No.
Okay.
I assume my character would be, but I'm not.
Okay. Very well. You take your moment in there, and yeah, take your time to consider what you will be doing. Nazir will be taking his prayers as well in the temple. And after the guys are done buying stuff, you can begin moving up to the Suncourt Bazaar. Moving over to the Suncourt Bazaar. So I will roll for Aliana, because even with the fucking plus 11, she can fail rolls. So oh, it's plus 19. Plus 11 is her perception. Okay, 29. So yeah, you guys are walking together, following along. The two adventurers in there, Nero, the 5 adventurers, and as you're walking over towards the area, you notice that passing over to the area on the right side, there seems to be a long road that comes up to many market stalls over to the area, and then from nowhere, she's not on your right side anymore. You guys went back to Tagtail. She's not staying on the streets. She's Tagtail. So.
Okay, so she's she's gone into hiding.
Yep.
I will. I'll do the same.
All right. Do you want to mix yourself among the people, or are you hiding cover to cover like she's doing?
I'll probably so kind of not disappear completely, because I'd like, while I'm in the Suncut Bazaar, be smart, I think, to try to get a little bit of shopping done. So I'll kind of just as I'm walking, if I see a stall that catches my eye, I'll stop, but keep my attention on them the whole time, kind of a situation. Kind of like a guy in the park with the newspaper in front of his face, but he's not reading the paper. Oh, hello. Guy in the park reading the newspaper, but he's not actually reading the paper. He's watching the park, kind of situation. So kind of like that. I'll be, at a stall talking about buying something, and if they get too far away, I'll just kind of walk away and then walk towards them.
Okay. So, as you're following along in there to the roads, you notice one thing on the market stall that you wanted. You notice what seems to be onto the side, a fair pair of boots up in a store that seems to be made, elfly crafted made.
All right, I'll stop at the stall and I'll just say, good day.
Good day, my good sir.
And I'll give him a small bow, and I'll kind of take a glance at the boots while also following the group in the crowd. And a quick moment of your time. How much for those boots?
You see that he looks at you and say, "Those fine boots that come up from the cities, the elven cities up on the region of Taldori. You have a good eye. They were crafted up by the best of the best, and they can be yours for 700 gold."
Would you take 600 for a fellow elf?
Roll persuasion. no,
Of
my
course.
friend. My price is fixed. You know, traveling costs, expenses, and that sort of thing.
No, no, of course, of course. Well, what would it? What if I put half down now and I come back later? Would you hold them for me?
Hmm. Surely. What is your name, my good sir?
My friends call me Nero.
Okay. And you see he takes the boots to the side on and see that he offers you what seems to be a small iron box with a locket, a padlock, and a key. And then he puts up the iron box in front of you, and he says, "Deposit the amount here, in whatever manner you're paying. I take platinum, gold, and jewelry."
I'll just take 350 gold pieces and
Mm-hmm.
put them right in there.
Very well.
Did we at one point? Sorry, I don't mean to like break the immersion here, but did we at one point get a hold of platinum?
I think maybe I know. I don't remember who memory serves, but I believe there was at least one of you that got 10 platinum at one moment.
Yeah, I had some.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And I don't know if I've not been keeping track of money or not, but we haven't like gotten more money than
Group
we like
wise,
had,
no.
right?
No. Group
No, I didn't
wise,
think
no.
so. Okay, I didn't think so. All right. So yeah, I'll just take the 350 gold and I'll put it in the box and I'll just say thank you very much. Um, I'll be back for that before the day is over and I'll just give him another quick bow and say just be pleased and
And you
get on it.
say that before you go, note that it is common that we make trading here. We don't know each other by managing trade by whatever is safest to one another. So you see here he closes down the padlock and delivers the key to the iron box to you. I will keep this and you keep the key. And you see that he puts the iron box below his counter along with the boots.
Okay.
So basically you have the key for your money and he has the interest of it.
All right, great. So I'll take the key and I'll quickly. I won't just put that in my pocket. I will put that in my backpack. I'm walking through the crowded streets and I don't want that stolen off me.
Very well.
And then I'll go back to following the group, but this time I'll actually take Eliana's lead and I will hide. I only have so much money and I found a fairly good fairly good item to buy, so I'm going to stop shopping there and I will hide and just kind of follow them closely.
Okay, very well. Are you gonna hide again among the crowd, or you're gonna hide cover to cover?
I'll blend in with the crowd. I do have my shift weave. I do have a hood up. They can't see my face.
Performance roll 10.
Performance. Oh, that's not great.
All right, yeah. You get yourselves in amid the crowd, and the group doesn't notice you following them. Ira, as you're going over towards the Suncut Bazaar, you see many market stalls up on the area. You notice that most of them seems to bear out common items in general, but some of them hold out interesting aspects. You see some really well-crafted armor. You notice some shields. You notice some pairs of hand crossbows made out in some sort of blackish wooden material and special bolts. There seems to be none like artistic wise that you could buy, but you find fine clothing along as well in there, some cloaks, that sort of thing. What is that you're seeking to buy, my friend?
The armor strikes me as very interesting. And if there was anything that would allow me to get my armor up, I'd be interested in having a look in that.
Okay. And as you go over towards the area, you see that by passing to the quarter in there, you see that one man, rather more elderly, some scars over to his neck, seems to be carrying out some pelts, most likely to make more armor. He looks at you, giving a bow, but he doesn't greet you as a customer or anything of the like. He knows you're there. If you're gonna buy it, doesn't necessarily mean to him anything, apparently.
Okay. I'll just say hello, good sir. I'm interested in the armor that you have, and I'd be looking to procure something that would be a little stronger than the armor I am currently wearing.
Hmm.
And would you have anything that would
I
meet my needs?
I do have some armor here you could use. You seem to be a performer. I don't have anything necessarily fancy on among my stock, but only sturdy and useful. If you'd have a look at this piece in here, and you see that it seems to be a studded leather. There seems to be mostly current bear hide among onto the sides, and you also notice on the top of the shoulder pads there seems to be two wolf-like paws on top of it. Seems to be pretty ranger styled armor. I made those myself, along with some help from the enhancers down in the court bazaar over here, in the court of the Sun Bazaar. Is that about what you're seeking, or are you seeking something more sturdy and less likely?
The studded armor is something I already had. Yeah, I'm not sure if you could. I like wearing like armor and seeing as I'm a formal, but I yeah I don't know if you would have anything that would meet my
What
needs.
exactly are you is Ira seeking, Sean? Plus two studded or what?
Either plus one or plus two studded. Yeah.
Yeah, the one he has in front of you is plus one studded.
Oh, okay. Um, how much is the studded armor? So,
You can have it for 500.
uh, could you say for 470?
Hmm. You are one of those hagglers, aren't you? Hmm.
That's what the marketplace is for.
Tell me, what is the biggest beast you killed? If it's bigger than my own, you can have it.
Uh, well, I did assist in the slaying of an Urdoch. Um, I can,
What? What is that? We don't have those things in here.
it's a massive siege beast that is in my home place of Sorhas. Uh, pretty big.
How big? I once was part of a takedown of a mammoth. He was 11 foot tall. The Udak was 16 on the very least, so
I will I
from tail
will
to
I will
head.
I will explain in explicit content how big the Urdak was, 16 foot, and
You can compare
how it.
him to the walls of Bazoksan. He would have an idea where Bazoksan is because of the legends.
Okay, okay, I'll do that. He's as big as
Yeah,
the
you
walls of
see
Toronto.
he wide his eyes and no way. So you're one of those mercenary adventurers. We've been receiving a lot of morph then. What is that
That's
you
what we
guys are
see.
seeking here recently?
A lot of things. Came across some adventurers who were in search of a Gitsurai, a dragon rider.
Dragon
I'm kind
Riders
of,
here on the Marquee?
yeah. Do you know anything about that?
No. Only legends I heard of it was 100 years ago when the Cinder King was still among us.
Yeah. I just find it odd that I suppose a group of nervous and inexperienced adventurers were searching for something so prolific. In here, also seems very unlikely.
Well, we made a deal. You have it for 470. Put the gold in here, and you see that he points you towards what seems to be a small cerulean berry jar. Do you put the gold in there?
Yeah, I had 480 and for some reason it's down to
Mm-hmm.
35. But anyway, I'm down to 10 gold.
Okay. 13. Studded ladder plus 1. And boom. Okay. You have your armor. Anything else, my good sir?
Well, I'll bid him adieu and ask him just to keep his ears and eyes open for talk of Gitzerai, which has captured my mind lately, and bid him farewell.
You see he nods a few times. Thank you for your time, and go back on making more armor. All right. You're going towards the casino, right?
Yep.
Okay. Bot. All right, Vash, you arrive on the southern area of the bazaar. You take over your time walking among the alleyways. Walking over, do you go to the main market area? Eventually, or no? You have nothing to buy right now.
She's got stuff to buy. That lady gave her 200 gold up front, right?
Yep.
Wait, yeah, she's got stuff to buy.
Okay.
Not that she knows what this stuff is, but if she needs a ghost step tattoo, a stone of luck, gloves of thievery, and a bag of tricks.
You are gonna to be very specific on that buy.
And
Tattoos
of course, new
are
daggers, but she doesn't know what to get at.
tattoos are not something that just any place sell. They are on Faerun, only the Wizards of the Tile or the people from the South know that. That is a good question. In Wildmount, in Exandria, who normally deals in tattoos? Let's see.
It's a fun tattoo because I can walk through walls.
Tattoo magic, Exandria. Yeah, apparently it's not that uncommon. Apparently, I am impressed. Thought it would be more hair. Okay. But you won't find that you buy in plain light on the market square. Do you want weapons or armor or anything of the like?
Sure. Do they have any gloves? Gloves of thievery. Or stone of luck.
So basically, you want
nice
ranger shit. All right. The stone of luck I can help you with. You pass over what seems to be a quart to the south of the Suncourt Bazaar and take the descending back on towards the circlet walk. And you see what seems to be a gypsy woman wearing out a large purple turban, pale white skin, and she seems to hold out an assortment of gems and jewelries and some old amulets of protection. down there, and as you pass over onto her, she says, I see that you're seeking up fortune on towards your fate, my dear. Here, come over with me. And you see that she tries to pull you over on with her hands by grasping along your clothes towards her stall. And she shows you an assortment of gems and amulets, most of them from foreign gods from further lands. And she says, those amulets here will drive you among your destiny. What is that you seek here? Do you seek fortune? Do you seek fame? Do you seek love of someone?
Yeah. I seek fortune. Making people love someone could be nice too.
I see. And you see that she. Does someone remember the name of that perfume magic item that gave the charmed effect? I forgot the fucking name.
Gave the what effect?
There was a perfume item that allowed
I forget what it was called.
A male or female to have advantage on their charisma save against opposite sex. I forgot what the name of that shit is.
Yeah, I forgot the name. Forgot when it was used too.
Perfume of Bewitching. You see that as you go over in there, the amulets they seem to hold out different aspects, and then she explains to you. This one will give you fortune if you pass your finger over on top of its head as you wish, strongly thinking over the partner you are seeking. And you see that she shows you a small amulet of what seems to be woman made out of wood, holding what seems to be a heart among her hands. And then she points on to the one to the side, and it seems to hold out carvings among the wood, forming the symbology of a man holding a sun in between his belly and what seems to be scorch marks among onto his cheek. This one will guide you in playing fortune towards your destiny. And you see she continues to say about the other ones, what they do. Some are for protection, some are for finding out something you seek, and so on.
How much for the second one?
The second one. Ah, dear. I'm glad you like it. This one in here can be yours for, and you see she looks over to you, see what you hold. Over you. Vesh doesn't wear anything fancy, right?
Nope. She's not put on that cloak yet.
Okay. And you see she look over to you and say, that can be yours for 10 gemstones or 60 platinum. What do you say?
You take gold? I don't have much platinum.
I do. We can deal out in gold. Just let's be quiet about it. Gold comes out in much value, so.
Yeah. Sure, we'll take the second one. It's what, 600 gold?
Okay. And you take over, chew it, and as you know, the time passes by over. She begins to place the thing on a small jewelry box, deliver it to you, and then say, "May Pan guide you." Pan is one of the gypsy gods of fortune. And Nero fell.
He said he'd be right back.
Okay.
He just said thank you. Just had to
Internet
read.
disconnected. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And then she gives you a stone of good luck, as you requested.
I'll add that later. Thinker.
Okay, we add that up. All right, Arch, what will our barbarian dude be seeking out to buy?
I have no money, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Stone of good luck. All right. Do you? Well, we've been in for what? Just 11. We're gonna play for like half an hour more. Do you guys want to take a 10-minute break before we organize things for next session? Over. I'm gonna do put you guys in some anchor points, and then we can make up the final scene before. Gives time for Trey to get back as well.
Yeah, sure. I'd like to
good.
get a cup of
10
tea.
minutes in then. See you guys in a few.
Okay.
Bum, bum. Ba-da-dum. Okay. All right, fellas, coming back from break. So you guys bought what you wanted to buy. Green will be arriving on shortly. Back on to Arch. So what will Koja be doing? Meanwhile, these things are happening here.
I mean, I wouldn't. He doesn't really have money. I guess like he'll take a look around to see if like there's anybody who like looks interesting or is doing anything interesting. Like he'll just walk around. I guess I don't know.
Okay. So basically, you want to walk around to the city to see what is in for. Okay. Let's see. Yep. You were gonna say?
No, I was just I could say like he will probably be spending most of his time just recalling and remembering like some of his past life. So it's probably just looking over the city and watching what people do, if anybody looks interesting, etc.
Okay. Would you stay around in the district where you are, or would you move around town?
I mean, I'll be like, if everybody is in the same district, then yeah, he'll be within the same district.
Okay,
in case
so you
something
would
happens.
go over to the Sunkoro Bazaar. Okay.
Yeah.
Eventually there, as you're walking over, you see what seems to be a Goliath working down on a forge. You see that the guy seems to be smacking down metal. Up on close to one of the blacksmiths and down there, and he seems to be making a maul. You see one of the ends of what seems to be the shaft seems to be made down by him in detail. He trades down a larger hammer for something smaller and begins to do precise hits on the thing. He seems to be forging out weapons in general. Close to the area, you also see, ladies walking around onto the court. They seem to be wandering onto the area to find potential customers and get their hands over a few clientele. As you walk over with Sylvester is alone, the both of them are alone. So either you would wait until Kryn meet with you and you would go to the Suncut Bazaar, or you are alone yourself. What you think you would do on that point? You would follow Ten along on to the Suncut Bazaar, or wait for Kryn to come and then you join Kryn and Nazir towards the Suncut Bazaar?
He'll probably just like chill in an alley by himself and probably just kind of go over some of his scars and probably add like one or two just to remind himself of like something that happened. Okay. And he'll wait for Nazir and Krim.
Okay, very well. Then yeah, eventually as Kryn reaches out, you see that Koja seems to be on the one end of the Suncut Bazaar, waiting on the main road, just doing his own thing, caring for the scars, as he said. And as you arrive, question comes to you, Tenkrin. Do you have anything you want to buy?
What I want to buy, I can't afford right now. So,
what would it be?
The biggest thing I'm looking for is components to cast Revivify if I need to in the future. And I know that's 300 gold. I think I have 150. So that's where I'm at with that. Otherwise, I'm gonna look around.
You have magical items, so.
Oh shit, that's right. I forgot I've got that damn book. Krim's gonna see Koja and go up and walk to Koja. Says, Koja, I know this isn't your typical scene, so to speak, but would you like to accompany us? I'm gonna see if I can't find a potential person to give us some more information, potentially money, for this book that we found previously. And I know you don't particularly care for money or have any use for it, but if we get enough of it, we could use it to participate in gladiatorial type events where you could find potential strong opponents to test your skills and might against.
He's just gonna wordlessly nod.
So that'll be my plan, is to try to. I think what I'll do is we'll kind of start wandering around the bazaar, and I'm not going to be explicitly show up, but I'm going to try to like kind of carry somewhat nonchalantly carry the tome, the Book of No Ends, around in the hopes, something that might relay what it is, and just see if any of the shopkeepers call out, or see if it piques anyone's interest that might know what it is. And
So you're seeking more information on the book.
more information on the book, and potentially someone who seeks what this, or who recognizes this book and might potentially want to buy it, or seeing someone who might know, or like I said, someone who's familiar with it might know of its value or of what it contains.
Okay. Down the Suncut Bazaar, would there be... There's a lot of people for trade, for sure, but is there actual mages, people who do have... Oh, there's the Mystic Pursuits. I forgot about it. Okay. As you go over to the Sanket Bazaar, you eventually arrive on cutting closer to the back of the road. A small stall with very colorful tapestries, and you find a woman that looks over to you, seeing you are a sort of cleric, and you see that as she looks over towards you, she says, "Hey, handsome, are you seeking up good quality things? I see only the best in here."
Perhaps for the right price or the right trade, given the wares that you possess, for me or my
You see that
companions.
she looks over to you and see, "I recently acquired these very beautiful pair," and you see that she holds out what's initially seems to be 2 rings, and then she flats it forward, and you see there are 2 foldable bracers. Bracers fully made out of gold. Are you interested?
Holy gold bracers. Do they have any magical properties or offer any
They
benefits other
do.
than?
If
Can you tell me?
you need to go, say, to a court, and you can't wear armor, they will do just the thing. They protect you as long as you don't have anything covering them.
So, just so I'm making sure I'm understanding this. So these bracers work best on those who don't already wear armor, is what you're saying?
Yes, that is
Okay.
a thing to say.
What is your out of curiosity, what are you asking for them?
Oh, for these little pair? For you, because you're a very handsome man, 3,000 gold is what I see.
3,000. Is that all?
Maybe if you can deliver a lady a good time, I can also accept that.
Well, I'm number one to rob a lady of a good time.
Well, then we have a deal: 3,000 gold, and you can take me out on a date.
3,000 gold, and I can take you out on a date?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was going to be, I was going to take you out on a date and show you a good time, and then you were going to give these to me.
Oh, no.
My time is very valuable.
Pleasures and dealings are separate, my friend.
Am I there for this conversation?
You are. You are arrived, Sidon.
Yeah, Coach is just like aggressively rolling his eyes right now.
Unfortunately, I don't have the financial capacity to pay for these right now. However, I do carry some interesting items on my person that might be of interest, as I am not as familiar with them, and maybe you can provide a little more insight to them. I have a book that I am somewhat familiar with the content and what it is capable of, and as he pulls in and just reaches, and he's going to hold it tightly, the book, the tome, and say, "Is this anything of interest for you in part trade or on buying?"
And what would such an item be?
I assume with your background in magical items that you might be more familiar with. From what I understand at this point, it is in out of character. Do I know the name of the book? I can't remember if I did actually know, or if you were just telling us that was
Prolix told you the name of what would be a book with such description.
I've spoken with someone who's quite adept at magical items and properties, and they have informed me that this is what is known as the Book of No Ends.
May I see such book?
I'm gonna just slightly look back at Nazir as well as Koja, and give him a slight kind of just a slight nod, just to kind of say be on guard, and say sure, if you can keep it here where I can see it as well.
Oh, surely. I just need over on top of my balcony. That's all I seek.
I'd like to point out that Nazir would be very stubborn about that.
Most likely.
Very stubborn about that. I know he's not here, but
that's why I gave them both a look, just in case if any shenanigans occur, then someone's getting their shit wrecked.
All right.
Coach is just mumbling shit in at work.
He's mumbling what?
He's just mumbling nonsense in at work right now.
Yeah. All right. Do you throw up the thing in there?
I'm going to place it there and says, I'm putting my trust. I'm putting slight trust in you, but be warned, if anything occurs out of the ordinary, we won't hesitate to exact retribution.
I see. Fairly sad and understood. Do you take the book out?
Oh yes, I take the book out and show and slowly place it on the counter there.
All right. As you place the book over on top of the counter, you see that she get a pair of manacles put over to her right eye and begin analyzing the book from the side of the cover over R1 to the back cover. She switches the book from one side to the other, and then I don't know exactly what a book with no end is, but surely this thing holds out more might than, and you see she opens it up. Blank pages. I feel a strong emanation of schools of magic coming from it. Where you acquired such book, if I may inquire?
We stumbled upon it in our recent adventures. Frankly, it was a bit of luck. We came upon an empty room that apparently had been ransacked previously, and this happened to catch my eye for one reason or another, and I decided to take it with us to see if it maybe had held any value.
The cover seems to hold filaments of gold. So the book itself, well, on the right hands, most likely maybe on someone from the Cerulean Palace, could hold out potentially at least 500 gold of interest. I'm not sure for more. Possibly more. In
Go ahead.
I have no idea how this book works, but I could try to understand more of it if you would like.
Krim wants to do a
for
perception
a fair
check.
price.
Make sure this person isn't
insight
lying.
Check.
Or insight check to make sure this person isn't just full of shit and knows exactly what this is.
Sure.
Oof. Hey.
Okay. You look over, yeah, she seems reasonable, but there is second intent of knowing more about the book. She may had heard what the book with no end, whatever is the name of the book for her. Most likely she would know more. There is clearly second intent there.
I feel like you know more than you're telling me here. I'm not some idiot who doesn't know the value of magical items, and clearly you aren't either. And I feel like there's some information that I am not getting from you here that you are familiar with that you're not telling me about this book. If that's your final say, then we will be on our way.
Well, it's her loss. You see, she put up the book on back against the counter and awaits for you to take it.
Can I do a perception roll to make sure she didn't do any sleight of hand shit?
She saw the book all the time in front of you. Why would
Okay,
you want?
So I wasn't sure if there's anything that I wouldn't have been familiar with, anything magical or anything to kind of like try to switch it with something else. I don't know if anything exists, but
sure, but no, apparently not.
Okay, I'll take the book and put it away, and we'll be on our way. I'm gonna turn back to Koji and say I'm sorry. I was really hoping to try to potentially get you something and show you how the bazaar here works, but clearly the shop owner here is not familiar with things of great value, so we should just be on our way.
I'm sorry, not common. Whatever.
No, that's it for me then, because 500 gold. I feel like there's something else going on with this book that I'm not familiar. At least I feel so. I'm gonna hold on to it, and I'm sure Nazir probably wouldn't let me just sell it for 500 gold anyways. Probably kick me in the balls and say, "No, you idiot."
I agree. Most likely not. Okay. Following up the group of adventurers there, Nero, you would get eventually your hands on for the entry going in the casino, the Luxens, I believe was the name of the place, the Lux Run. And as you go over to the casino, you see that they follow along, enter the place. They put weapons and everything onto the side, delivering 10. You notice that their ranger hide up daggers among the clothes, things that sneaky people normally do. And as you cross over to it, you notice that Eliana appears to you, gives you a whistle, and go inside the casino by the rooftop, taking what seems to be a window onto the side.
Okay, so I
that's your
will.
entryway.
Okay, so I will follow her up and
Okay. Then
climb
you
up
are
the building. I don't know.
stealthing for me.
Yes.
On a DC 14. So feel free to roll your stealth.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Use some different dice.
Dude, I don't understand.
Oh my god, by
Okay. I don't get it, dude. It's so frustrating.
My dice have been pretty good. I'm happy with my red dice that I've been using since day one, I think.
All right. You cross over on towards the other side, and you see that as you go to the alleyway, two of the bodyguards say, "Hey!" They draw out clubs and go towards your direction, running towards you to try to catch you among the crowd. What do you do?
Has Eliana already gone inside?
Yep.
I'm gonna Misty step inside. Just teleport gone.
Inside, like the window where you are, where she was.
Yep. Just like, so are the guards outside and saw me climbing the roof?
Yeah. Imagine like you went over to the alleyway to make entrance towards a few barrels and go towards there, and then the guards saw you. You can teleport upwards, and they will look around and that sort of stuff. But I will roll perception to see if they see you before you enter the window. So it's up to you.
Man, I don't know.
If you make a bail for it, or if you want to try to bullshit the guard, that's on you. But if you just teleport out of nowhere, I'm rolling perception to see if they find you.
Yeah. I'll just I'll approach them.
All right. And you see that as the guards come in closer to you, they say, "What are you doing here? The back entrance is employees only. Can't you read signs?" And you see there seems to be a large fenceway across onto the right side with some planks up. And one of the planks crudely says, barely there, "Employees only."
I'll in Elvish. So in Elvish, I will say, "I'm so sorry, I'm not from here. I was just looking for the entrance."
And you see that they look at each other. Simple guards would not say Elvish, and they.
And so if they don't understand, I'll I'll clear my throat and I'll say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so used to speaking to my friends in Singorn. I was just looking for the entrance, and my common's not too good. So, could you guys just show me the way in? I don't want to cause any trouble."
Deception roll, brother.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh, 15. Okay. All right. You see that they look over to you and they say, they scuff out to one another, foreigners, and they point you over to the entry. There's a sizable line, some 20 people on the way. The place is busy today because they're promoting events and that sort of stuff. And say, do you have gold, foreigner? There is an entry fee of 2 gold to enter the casino. You can buy for any games you do.
I will give them 10 gold, and it's 2 for the entry and 8 for their trouble.
Okay, very well.
And
they begin treating you more pleasantly after that.
And I'll just while we're walking back to the entrance, I'll just say, I'm not familiar with um, Marquette. I'll pronounce it wrongly on purpose. And if there's anything I can do, to be more comfortable here and show respect, I would appreciate any pointers and just make small talk back to the entrance. And then once we get there, I'll.
Sure. And since Ira was eventually going there anyway, Ira, you would find Nero in the line for the casino there, waiting for his turn before he arrives in there. Do you going over to him since you're going into the casino anyway?
Yeah, Ilra will just be delighted to see him and walk right over to him. And hey man, how you're back? How did you get on?
That's the thing. I'm not back. I was trying to climb up the side of this building and follow the group, and I made a little bit of noise on the way up. I slipped while stepping up onto a trash can, and some guards heard me. So I told them I was from Singorn, and my comment isn't too good. And now I'm in line to get in here, but now I've lost track of Eliana, and I need to get back inside. So I have two favors to ask, because I need to get in there quick so I don't leave Eliana on her own, and I don't look bad in front of her, and I just really want to impress her, and it's just not going very well. So, one, could you make an illusion of me so that I can teleport inside and get back to Eliana? And two, I may or may not have put a deposit down on some boots in the bazaar that I absolutely cannot afford, and I'm short a little. So when this is all said and done, do you think you could spot me on the way back to the bazaar to get these boots that'll make things like this a little easier for me to get done? They're enchanted, and they make moving around quiet much easier.
Okay.
I know that's a lot, but
it's two things. How much do you need? I think I have some money left.
90, just 90, and
I can spot you that.
Sick, sweet. Thank you so much, Ilra. I'll definitely, I'll pick up some work while we're in town, and I'll get that back to you as soon as I can.
So once it helps our quest, I do not mind one bit. The illusion, I don't know if I can create an illusion of you.
You can create a illusion of any shape up to 5 feet.
5 feet.
It can
Okay.
resemble an humanoid, but it will faintly have very roughly our members of the humanoid. So like if people approach, they will clearly see it's an illusion, or they touch it for sure. As any illusion that is not major image, they will touch it and know it's an illusion. And it won't produce sound as well. So.
Okay. Well, I will wink at Nero, and I will create such illusion as he asked me to.
Okay.
Cool. So once I'll wait for the illusion to actually go up, and then I'll just kind of like step into its place, and then I will teleport out of it into the building.
All right. Same thing, bro. Stealth roll again.
Sweet Jesus. There we go.
You're due for a bunch of good rolls, right?
Oh, there we go. Not bad.
You go over onto the other side with ease, crawling in between the people in there, laying low, and boom, you teleport up towards the ceiling, and boom, you reach up to the window that Eliana was there. As you arrive, you notice, as you arrive, you notice that she seems to be on the rooftop by for a while now. She seems to be watching Tan, and then she relays the information. They just been sitting here for roughly all the time you took and why you took so long. They're not doing nothing interesting.
And no sign of our Gitzerai friend, huh?
Nope. I don't think we will find him on the city, either under city or, and you see that she looks over to one of the windows on the rooftop to the Cerulean Palace. They are psionists, so they can control minds. Where
You think-
better than a court to take control of things you want in the city?
I'm beginning to see why this Gitzerai was able to take me out if he's able to take down an entire city.
I don't think it's the case because who rules this city. Even if the elder lady, the counselor, is the one who takes care of the city, there is still an ancient gold dragon that is the founder and is still alive, as per people know, somewhere under the city, taking care of it. So I don't believe that's the case, but maybe influencing local nobility might be a thing.
Okay. Well, this seems like it might be a little bit of a dead end, and these guys are just on a wild goose chase. While we're here, it can't hurt to have a little bit of fun. Would you care to go inside? I saw Ilra downstairs.
Unless you're good at darts, you are wasting my time. I can win any game in this place without flinching.
A chance to spend an evening with you. I'd certainly give darts a try, and I'll just, I'm quite the marksman these days.
You are very fucking cocky. You see that she smiles and then, oh shit, I forgot that this was gonna happen today. You see that she smiles and then, I'm going through the roof. Feel free to go on the outside. I'm not paying to enter this place.
I'll follow her.
All right, very well.
I've already paid for it, so if the guards see me, they're just like, oh yeah, he made it through, so I'm good.
And she is gonna go, well, find a local bathroom from the rooftop and then jump in one of the cabins, that sort of stuff, things you see into those Vegas movies. And yeah, that's the way she's gonna enter the place.
Follow her.
Ira, as you end up on the front line, you go into the booth where they're selling entrances. You see what seems to be a wooden cart. The waitress asks your name. What name you give?
Ira.
Very well, Mr. Ira. How much credit are you making a deposit of? The minimum is 2 gold to play the games.
Let's say use what I have on my gold left. I have some platinum, so 10 gold.
See again?
10 gold.
10 gold, okay. You see she writes down on the wooden card what seems to be 10 gold. And she places over what seems to be a box in front of you. One of 10 folds inside the boot to the outside, and please make a deposit on the box.
I'll do that.
And she gives you the wooden card with your name and the number 10 written over it in apparently a sort of coded language. And she gives it to you and then say, have a good day on the Lux run. As you enter over, you see that the casino is massive. There's table games, there's craps, there's those old Chinese games with the cup that I don't remember the name right now. There's all sort of games inside the casino. With that said, you also notice a fair band of adventurers that you talked earlier before. They seem to be taking their time across the main of the saloon, apparently waiting for something. They seem to be throwing out casual conversation and that sort of stuff. So the main 4 games that does have mechanics in here that you guys can play is a game of cards, a game of dice, and a racing game, a lizard racing game. So you bet on the lizard, and if the lizard arrives first among the many in there, you win. Those are the three main games that there are. And I have mechanics for other games in case you guys want to play anything that's not in the casino per se. So, blackjack, all those sort of things. I have converted rules for them.
Nobody wants to play their usual stuff.
Racing lizards does sound fun.
Yep. Racing sand lizards. All right. Let's see. So you two are there. All right. Kryn and Art are on the bazaar. Vash. So you buy up your luckstone, go up on towards the north, and what do you do? Do you try to find the first
first eclipse?
Yeah, the first eclipse.
Indeed. Looking for this place.
Okay. As you arrive up on towards this tavern, you see that the place is that is the Allegiance Sword Track. Suncut Bazaar, first eclipse. Okay. You're greeted by the bartender. You see she seems to be a blue dragonborn. She looks over to you, and you see that she has markings to the Scarlet Tyrant over to one end of her palm, and say, "Welcome, my good friends, to the first eclipse. My name is Sastrak. How can I help you?"
Oh, I think I'm in the right place. The Veil sent me here.
Did she now? Very well.
Indeed.
I assume you are in for the job then.
Indeed.
Very well. The mission is simple. What we need you to do is steal an item and deliver in someone else's pocket. It's that simple. There is a man from the Cobalt Soul up on the south. Her name is Chorus. She's a great tiefling that you can find up wearing out the blue cloak of the Cobalt Soul. She carries most likely a satchel made out of brown leather, a small figurine of an elephant, a pinky elephant to be precise. She normally hangs around on by the casino. If you can find the satchel there, you can take the satchel to any member that wears out the purple and gray clothes of the Allegiance. Any member will do. It will arrive at proper hands once they deliver it to their leader for research, as they usually do. Once you're done, come back here and we will pay the rest of the fee, and we might have more works for you. It's that simple. No questions. And no, we're not interested in knowing, for now, at least your name or whatever reason you want to work. Is that clear?
Sounds like fun.
You have a great day, stranger.
Sweet.
All right.
Like I gotta go hang out by a casino looking for a tiefling.
Yep, apparently so. All right. Going over on to the casino, let's get on to Art and Mr. Zach. So Koja and Kren, what do you guys will do after recovering the items? I believe the only person that plainly and openly said was going to the casino is Zira. So I'm not sure what you guys will be doing.
Well, I feel like this was a bit of a bust trying to make some money on selling an item here. So my thoughts are to move, because I know you mentioned earlier that there was a casino. I assume I know that there's a casino, so I want to move on to the casino as well, knowing that that's probably where everybody else is going to head. Koja, any? I know this isn't your usual scene that you like to be in, but there's potential money to be earned at a local casino. Do you care to join us, or are you in search of other ventures? Are you and Nazir both, I suppose?
What do you think, Koja?
Wait, what was the question?
Did I say Nero?
I think you did say Nero.
I think I said Nero.
Oh,
yeah,
you
I
said Nero.
didn't know.
Koja, I don't know why I said Nero. Koja, do you care to, all that I just said, do you care to join, come with me to a casino where, as this was a bust, we could potentially make some money at a casino? I know that you don't typically care for that, but we could potentially make some money to aid us in our adventure and potentially buy more powerful weapons to use in battle as well.
Yeah, he's just gonna put his hands behind his head and just nod and agree.
So I feel like that's where we're gonna head. Unfortunately, I feel Koja is incredibly bored.
As he's like walking around, is there like any interesting looking like people like that's just kind of around? Like you would just kind of be taking a glance around the town, I would say. So if there's anybody that would like seem like they would catch his eye, he would, you know. Hello?
Okay. Sorry, say again. Was the question for me? I lost track of it.
It's all good. It's all good. I was just saying, like, if while he was walking, is there anybody that he would see that would like kind of catch his eye or anything?
Depends what features you're looking for.
I would. I mean, just I don't know, like I guess like any like strong type chick. I guess
strong
nothing
type chick.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you would.
I know one.
You would find some female half orcs along onto the place in there, strong muscles. You would find something of the like. Why?
Okay. He's gonna like keep an eye on them and just like watch and see how they fucking like move and shit.
Okay.
See if they're like with anybody before he like does or says anything.
Okay, very well. I'm not gonna make this comment in live, but I think we have a good anchor point. So thanks you guys for today, Twitch. You guys are awesome, and yeah, see you guys next session.